So, let's take a look. Okay, this is clan battles, not ranked, my apologies. So, standard, Richtofen, Monty, Ohio. You guys are running Venezia, Triple Stalingrad, Somers versus Monty, Ohio, Des Moines, Hindi, Zhao, Stalingrad, Holland. Okay, so why the Triple Stalingrad, just out of wonder?
Just because it has the long duration, long range radar, and also it's a very tanky ship.
Okay, that's a good reason. So let's speed this up. Get through the first little bit of this. Who shot calls for you guys, by the way?
In this case, I believe it was Dueler.
Okay, so Dueler's shot calling. Okay, so we're gonna just speed through the first bit. So let's take a quick pause. So just looking. Okay, you got your Stalingrad going to Cap B, and then you're putting the brunt of your force. Your other Stalingrad, the Somers, the Montana towards A, and you're gonna send the Venezia to support the B group. So your B group's your kiting group, then I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, so for those of you that don't do clan battles, typically what you're going to do if you're running a CV is you're going to have a push comp and a kite group. So in this case, they're sending the Stalingrad and the Venezia towards B. They're going to take B, and then their job is just to kite away, doing as much damage as any ships from C try to go. They're going to commit the vast majority of their forces to A to try to take A, have the B A caps, taking up points, and win via that and force their opponent to go on the offense. We're doing reviews, Gunner. We're doing reviews. A on this map is disgusting slow. Reminder, you must be following to win giveaways. It's good to see you. Yeah, sleeping giant is a pain. So let's continue. Typically, I prefer the other way, is sending the 4 to B and charging C and then 2 to A to just play denial on A, but both strats are decent. Rental Zhao is your... So, take the first shot at the Rental Zhao because that's giving you full broadside. Line it up. Let's see what it does. It's not a bad dispersion. That's not a bad dispersion at all. That looks good. Oh, that looks good. Okay, so we're going to pause right there. So you've already knocked the Zhao down to 18. Great shots. Zhao is an idiot for not turning out. Gunner, we're watching one of Fight's games of 90th High, so great shot, and that Zhao should have turned out. Once you were spotted by a CV, guys, in clan battles, never, never, ever sail broadside. Yep, and there, Dueler, boom. Gone already. That Zhao is gone already, and it's, what, minute 20 into the map. So you guys are in a great spot now.
You're dropping out a little bit, or the stream is.
Okay. Can you hear me better now?
Yep.
Okay, so let's see. Guns are loaded. Next target is going to be classified. Michael's being a little bit of a... That's some stone cold salt right there.
It was a little harsh, especially because it was a rental, so I feel kind of bad.
Yeah, well, you didn't say it. Yes, always be aware, as Slow can say, as Slow is saying, is what can shoot at you. So we look now. At this point, you guys are aware of where everything is. Their Holland's taken C. You have the Hindi, Stalingrad, Des Moines, and Ohio pushing you along with the MVR. So you're going to have a fight over here at A, but you've already put yourselves in the position you need to be. You're going to take B, it's not, and you've got the points lead, so it's not going to matter that they got C first. And then as long as you play denial on A, that's game already.
Yes.
Okay, Stalingrad took a nice chunk. You don't have the angle on him. MVR is charging. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, my first move is never in an MVR to push. My first move always in this is to back up. Because if I take shots from an enemy CV that's trying to do a CV snipe, so be it. But I'm not taking shots. This will give me time once the first flight's over and he's gone to focus on other stuff, like, you know, Stalingrads, Venezias, etc. This will give me plenty of time to make turns. Right now, you're just being spotted, and you're putting yourself in such a bad spot. Richtofen. Other thing I noticed, good job with the AA between you and whoever's right behind you. I'm going to assume that's Pandas, or is that Dueler?
I believe that's Dueler.
Okay, Dueler. Good job between you and Dueler. That's what you want. You want that overlapping AA support for against an MVR, because especially in Stalingrads, which can take 20,000 in, what? Yeah, one salvo. Little bit of chunk damage, and then there's your shots. And just speed up a little bit. Yeah, that's some good damage onto him. Okay, so your Sommers is going to push into A. Your Sommers knows at this point it can get into A safely because the Stalingrad isn't in position. Even if it radars, it's not in position. It's not in position to do anything. I try not to judge other CVs, but I'm judging him a little bit here. Okay. Here's where my first concern comes in, and it's not even you, it's Dueler. So, why is, and this isn't something for you, but think about why is Dueler out here? He's turned out, but now that Stalingrad, if that Stalingrad spots him, has a wide open shot on his broadside right here. Like,
Yes,
you're staying. What?
I can agree with that. I think what he was trying to do was to get to that island on the 1-2 line.
Mm-hmm.
So then we had more of a cross shot or crossfire going in, and try and bottle him up at the mouth of A.
Yeah. And I agree, you want that cross shot and you should get out there, but my concern is because he's pushed so far out at this point, you're in an awkward spot now because of the fact that he's in a position where he can get cross shot. If he doesn't get shot here by the Stalingrad, it works out perfectly. But it is an awkward spot to be in based on where you last saw that Stalingrad. The only thing I would be concerned about just looking at this is that Hindi that could be coming up the middle, because if that Hindi comes up the middle, your Sommers has nothing to deal with, has no way to deal with him, besides hoping he gets torps on him. Because your Richthofen is all the way down at J5 right now. Your Venezia and Stalingrad have an island between them. You guys don't have the angle. Monty doesn't even have the angle to stop that Hindi if he pushes into A right now. So that's just something be careful of. Speed up. Keep killing off that Richthofen, I see. If you get the CV off the field early, it's not a bad idea because dead CV equals a lack of spotting for enemy team. Good angle on those shots. Good angle on those shots. You think even that Ohio has shots on Dueler? Yeah. Nice pens. He's getting chunked well. Yep, and there's the shots on the now, your Stalingrad Dueler turned out. But there's exactly what I was worried about, is that shot potential. And there goes the Ohio on him, as Slow said. That was a glitch. Okay, so just to pause here. Hindi's turned around, so that Hindi, I question that Hindi. If I'm their Hindi, I'm sending that into the north, into the inside side of A to challenge you because there's nothing to stop it right now, even though they don't know that. But not bad. Let's see. Let's keep going. Good chunking. Slowing down, I see here. You're in a nice spot where you can... The only thing you have to worry about is Richthofen bombers coming straight on you, which is a possibility. But at this point, because Dueler's gone that far out and your Monty's coming up, you're in a pretty good spot to deal with if that Stalingrad or that MVR tries to pull anything. Just keep shipping damage on the classified. Here comes your Richthofen. Nice chunk. And their Stalingrad's starting to back up. Okay, so let's see. The big thing for you guys to watch is just think about positioning. So if we look at their positioning, Stalingrad still has angle down here, but he's running away. Monty's coming in now to challenge on fire. Stalingrad and Venezia have forced around the Holland, so the Holland might backcap you, and it looks like Loofberry's starting to move here, which is good, because that Holland's already behind the Stalingrad and Venezia. They're not going to be able to do anything. And then Ohio's moving away. So you guys are in a good spot. You got some nice positioning here. Yeah, their Holland is wide out there.
And at this point, we were thinking the Holland is kind of moot because even if he does backcap B, we can still take C and then still have cross shots into them.
Yep, and I would agree with you 100%. The only thing you need to do is, as I already said and Loofberry's doing, is move that. And welcome to the pain of the MVR, am I right?
Yep, gotta love being balanced.
Yep. I mean, you're playing a Stalingrad, so...
There's a difference between balance and balance.
I know. Okay, so at this point, you guys have got them penned. You've got all four of them locked into a little AA cluster there that they can't really do anything. The Stalingrad and the Montana are pushing. They should be able to start chipping stuff off. My only concern is your Montana going so broadside does give, if something comes out there, chance to really hurt it, but he's got the health to spare. Ohio's pushing over to C, so Stalingrad and Venezia are going to have their work cut out for them there, but they should be fine. Oh, and there's the Monty on the Hindi, and that's a basically dead Hindi. Your Somers is coming in to get the flank. They've locked themselves into a terrible position here. It's like, can I hit that Hindi? And you're like, no. You're like, can I?
Basically, that was a see if I can.
Oh yeah,
over
no,
the island
I
and just
completely
get the
agree
kill
with
out of
that.
the way.
I completely agree with that. Take that shot. If you get the kill out of the way, he doesn't have a chance to heal up or anything. And plus, your guns are loaded quick enough that you're going to be able to smack the Stalingrad here as he does his turn.
Yep,
Stalingrad should
this was a good
not
play.
do that turn, and that's a nice salvo. MVR should not have missed that drop on you. Okay, so there goes their MVR. Their MVR is gone now, so you have superiority. You've locked them into a cap. Somers is going to challenge the Holland. That's an interesting call, honestly. That's an interesting call.
At this point, I think it was more just try to saturate Bravo with torpedoes so it pushes it
Yeah.
out, so we don't even have to worry about a cap.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say, and it's not the bad idea. The only thing I might think there is it's something we saw, and Slow can feel it as well, as trying to win too hard. Like, you've got the 2-0 lead, you're up the caps. Even if you lose B, it's not too bad. It might have been better, but, I mean, you won, so it doesn't matter, but just as post-game play, it might have been better to bring the Somers around, try to torp, because the only thing they've got left is a Stalingrad and a Des Moines. So just launch, because the Somers has got, what, 16.5 torps? Yeah, 16.5 kilometer torps. Launch torps into that cluster they're leaving down here, like come right here into F5. Launch torps in that cluster, keep them penned up, make them work for it. But, like I said, you guys won, so it's not a big deal either way. Because that's one of those cases where if you lose that Somers, it may not matter because you're so far up, but, you know, if you lose that Somers, that's suddenly, okay, now you got no DD to spot their Holland, and yeah, your MVR can spot him, but what can MVRs cannot do lots to Hollands, especially because of the AA. Good kill on the Hindi. You're pushing up. You're in the right spot. Good. Right target selection. I know that Des Moines is tempting, but that Stalingrad's the target because he's at the 8,000. Plus, the Des Moines isn't going to be able to do a lot to you. Okay, so they did get your Venezia, but then you guys flooded out their Ohio, so you're good to go down there. Somers is turning away, which is the right call, especially because you're up 4-1. There we go. Their Stalingrad is probably saying it's over at this point. Yep, nice double sit, man. Nice hit, nice hit. And at that point, you just charge. And yeah, it's game. You're up in 50 seconds. You don't even have to charge, but there's nothing wrong with charging. Even if he rams you, it's no big deal. Nice win. Good positioning. Really strong positioning for you guys. And that's game. Nice win. So yeah, overall, I mean, you guys played that really well. The only thing I question, and like I said, I mean, it doesn't matter because you're winning, but if that Somers loses a 1v1, it probably doesn't open the door at that point, but if it's a tighter game and you send that, that might be the difference. But it was a really nice win for you guys.
I do think if it was a lot tighter, we wouldn't have sent the Somers up to Bravo. It would have been more of a, at this point, play kind of like a shield for the MVR if he was trying to go for him.
Okay, and I think that's good. Like I said, I'm just basing off of what I saw, but no, nice win. You guys had really good positioning. Really good job focus firing on that gosh, what even was it at the beginning? Zhao, the rental Zhao. If you guys see broadside like that, and this is going out to the audience, not fight, but if you guys see broadside, exactly what they did there.
Basically, it seems like we try to, whenever we see where everyone's moving, if someone shows broadside, we all just target him and try to get a ship out of the way.
Agreed, and that's a good thing to do at the beginning. The only thing I'll say on that is just as it gets later into the game, and this is something B's had an issue with too, and I'm sure Slow, you've had to train guys. It's tempting if you have the broadside on something to take it, but focus fire is far more important. Like, and not in that situation, you guys did exactly right, but that's just a general word to the entire audience. Like, and I think Slow, you'll agree with me because I know you play COTS, and I'm sure that's something you talk about, but focus fire is king. Focus fire is king in this game, putting as many guns on target as possible. But no, nice win, nice win. Anyway, Slow, we might use that one later. I've got some from D-Mall for ranked as well, where positioning wins the game. So yeah, we'll see which ones show up. I have to parse through, and I'm sure I'm going to get more next week. And yeah, as Slow said, broadside on full health BB is not as important as killing 3k health GM. Excellent way to phrase it. But no, you guys did a really good job focusing. Great job by your shot caller there. Nice win.